a lot of different assortments of green tea with different flavors and other herbs added to them. A lot of people are looking for green tea. We've got organic coffee. Most of the teas are organic. It just depends on what we can find. With the breads, well, you're not going to find this sort of stuff in the average grocery store, right? There's a lot of people who can't eat wheat or are intolerant to wheat. So we have breads made with kamut flour and spelt flour, which is sort of like an ancient relative of wheat. So it still has gluten in it. If you're gluten sensitive, you can't do that. But if you're just wheat sensitive but can do gluten, those are options for you. We have fresh produce come in the spring and summer when we can buy local stuff. We have probably 4 or 5 different local farmers that we buy our produce from. But in the winter time, you know, carrots aren't being picked in April, so we're lucky. We still have some from Villeneuve's from last year. But as far as fresh green produce, it comes in some from California, some from Mexico, some from as far away as Israel. But sort of the warmer it gets in Canada, the closer the stuff comes from home. So I think the tomatoes, which are up front, are actually from Quebec this week. So they're like huge. Dairy comes in once a week on Thursdays, so we've got organic milk and yogurt, cheeses, things that you can get some of it in local stores, but some not so much. And so we have an assortment of bulk foods, granolas. Again, we try to buy locally, so we've got a couple from a supplier called Jacob's Larder down in Sackville. We get some bread from them on Tuesdays as well. So we also have an assortment of natural, may or may not be organic, but naturally based cosmetic type products. So moisturizers, skin care, hair care. So this is the supplement section. This is where I spend most of my time. Again, the knowledge portion isn't necessarily my strong point, but I'm more in charge of ordering products to make sure that when someone comes looking for something or something that Ralph's talked to somebody about, that we actually have it here for them to buy. So I spend a lot of time straightening shelves and just making things presentable so that people can find what they're looking for when they come looking for it. Even with as much space like we used to be, I wasn't working here then, but the store used to be over in the smaller, where True Foods is, over on Charlotte and Northumberland. And so I think there was room for, like, I don't know, maybe less than a quarter of what we have on the shelf now. And so every time anybody wanted something, it'd end up running to the basement and trying to find it. So this is our bulk peanut butter section. It's just peanut butter, right? So there's, if you read the labels on some of the brand name types of peanut butter that you may find in the average grocery store, you'll see a lot more than peanuts on the label. So there's no salt added, no sugar added, no hydrogenated oils. It's just peanuts, and tastes a lot better. And we have almond butter, which is just to die for if you haven't had almond butter. And the other nice thing is people can, you don't have to buy a new container every time, right? So you can wash out your container and bring it back, and so you have that whole recycling thing covered, or reusing, I guess. So we have a pretty broad range of snack foods, so we'll cover the chocolate later, it's up front. Cheesies, corn chips, potato chips, and there's a nice assortment. I don't know if I have any, but there's instead of potato chips, there's different vegetables, so like carrot chips, beet chips, that kind of thing, and they're kind of interesting. There's a large assortment of gluten-free products for people who can't do gluten, so anything from cookies to pancake mix to more cookies. Cookies seem to be important. Bread mix, cereals. Yeah, so we have a great assortment of organic chocolate, and some of it's milk chocolate, but most of it's just straight up dark, and there's like a whole page of benefits from a health point of view of chocolate. I don't know them, I just use that as a nice justification for eating it. If you want to do something good for yourself, you've got to get out and do that. Nobody else is going to do it for you, and nobody else is going to benefit by it. Well, no, let me rephrase that. Other people are going to benefit by it because you'll be healthier and happier and have more energy to give to the rest of, right? Because we spend all of our time doing things for other people, right? You're doing stuff for your family, you're doing stuff for your friends, you've got a job to be concerned about, you're involved in the community, you know, all those other things, and you're sort of last on the list. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Tai Chi is what I've found that works for me. But I mean, there's tons of different things out there. Different, you know, biking, swimming, walking, running, canoeing. There's probably 40 different martial arts clubs in the city. The trick is to just find something that you like to do and invest some time in it for you. Right.
Well, it looks like Mary's found something that not only invigorates her physically, but it challenges her mentally. It's something we should all keep in mind, that whether we run, bike, walk, we should find activities that we can invest ourselves in and enjoy on a regular basis. That's it for this episode of BodyQuest. We'll catch you next time.